Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. My name is Muhammad Ikmal Hanif. Okay, so for today's topic we want to learn and discuss about anatomy physiology basics. Which is here is anatomy physiology 1. So in this part we will learn regarding about organization of human body, their compartment, their system, their biological terms, and their anatomical terms. So these are the things that will be covered in this chapter by me. Right, so without further ado, we shall proceed to the next slide. First of all, we will see what is the objective of our topics. Alright, so the learning outcome. So at the end of this session, uh, you should able to define anatomy and physiology. Okay, what's anatomy and what is physiology? Right, and then understand the level of organization. Right, for example, from cells up to system. Okay, body system are those. There are several stages or level, and then explain the principle of homeostasis. Right, we have positive and negative feedbacks. Describe body direction and plane of sections, and lastly to describe body part, region, and their cavity. Okay, so all of these we going to learn on this particular chapter. Okay, so again we go by the first thing, the definition, anatomy. What is anatomy? Okay, it is referring to the study structure of body part, how the body parts are organized. So for this one, human anatomy, because we have animal anatomy and so on. Right, so this is only human anatomy. And second, what is physiology? Is referring to the study of the function of the human body part. Alright, so you know anatomy is the structure, physiology more to their function. Alright, so first of all, as I did mention earlier, we going through about body organization. Alright, so I hope that you still familiar what you have learned previously or in your degree school or secondary school and so on. The first basic will be atoms. Okay, that's the first level, and second will be molecule. Alright, atoms combine with atoms to become a molecule. For example, we just go for H2O, hydrogen atom, and oxygen, and can become a molecule, right, water molecule. But for this part we have molecule, small molecule, okay, pair up together become macromolecule. This structure is further can become organelle make up of cell, and then cell become tissue. Okay, multiple layers of tissue will become an organ, okay, which is all of them have their own function. Okay, lastly will be organization, a system, and become an organism. All right, so we go through all of this, right, later. All right, this system combined make a complete living being. Right, okay, so we go instead of by atoms, okay, we go more than that. We start from the cell. Okay, the cell is the basic unit of living things, okay, or living organism. Okay, single cell such as virus, amoeba, and so on. But human ourselves have our own basic unit of cell, and these cells are alive. Okay, cell nourish themselves, produce energy, exchange information with cell with their neighbors, and multiply, which is they are reproduced. Okay, cell have all different size, shape, and definitely function, because the size and shape is actually will determine their function. Okay, so this is the basic structure of a cell. We have cell membrane, their cytoplasm, nucleus, and other organelle make it a self-sustainable of a cell. Then a makeup of a lot of cells, okay, they become a tissue. Depend what type of tissue we're talking at. Okay, some tissue they are a layer, double layer, and multiple layer. Alright, so again, a tissue is referring a collection of similar cell and the intercellular substance surrounding them. Okay, biological tissue in any substance made up of cell that perform a similar function within an organism. Remember, they are referring to a same cell, right, together, and they work together for the same function. Then we cluster as a one tissue, a type of tissue. Alright, so for example, we have a muscle tissue, okay, epithelial tissue, connective tissue, and neuron, okay, neuron cell or neuron tissue. After tissue, make up a lot of tissue, it become an organ, right? An organ is a group of tissues. Okay, this time there are several types of tissue that come together that perform specific function or group of function. Okay, for example, we do have an organ what we call as kidney, liver, heart, our lungs, and pancreas, and so on. Okay, remember cell. After cell, we have what is it? Tissue, and organ. Okay, next is a system, which is a collective of all organ just now, okay, that they are related and form an organ system. A system composed of organ working together to carry out a function. For example, when we eat, okay, the organ that working on when we eat, we engulf the food, okay, they will go to our stomach, okay, to quench and to digest, right, and further making all the food become a small particle and turn it to chyme, and then from the organ they move to the small intestine, another type of organ, okay, a further reabsorption occurred there, and then they move up to large intestine. Okay, in this large intestine we reabsorb more like glucose, calcium, and so on, many more, right? See the collective function of other organ to absorb the energy or the nutrient that we just eat. And then what happen next? Okay, our blood system will detect the presence of high carbohydrate, and then we will stimulate insulin and so on. All right, so you can see that how these organs work together, okay, to carry out their function for a living things. Because after system we will have here a complete being, okay, a complete being for such as human. Okay, so let's recap. Number one, we did not go further on this, but we just show it here. All right, we have atoms. Okay, after atom we have molecules. Okay, molecule, macromolecule become a tissue, sorry, become a cell, cell become a tissue, tissue become an organs, and lastly this all organ make a function for a complete human being. Okay, that's all about this particular small chapter. Later we'll go for organ system in human body. All right, okay, see you on the next chapter.